Hey guys, right, I'm just leaving the Titanic Hotel in Belfast. Excuse my voice is it's gone. I had a virus about a month ago. My voice hasn't come back to normal yet, so excuse my voice. But yeah, I just last night I went to a seminar hosted by Seamus Fox, my friend, who had a speaker come called Dr. John Demartini. And just while I'm walking up to the bus stop to get to the airport, I thought I'd do a little video just to like go over some of the things that I picked up from the seminar, so I can watch this back, and just to kind of consolidate my thoughts a little bit. I find it very useful if I can just, talk about them. And I'm by myself, so I'm going to do a video. When you exaggerate other people, you put them up on a pedestal, and you're unconscious of all their downsides, and you exaggerate all their upsides. You're like infatuated with them, basically. When you exaggerate people, you simultaneously minimize yourself. Yeah, and then on the other side of that coin is when you minimize other people, when you, in your mind, put other people down and make them inferior to you, and put them in a pit is the terminology you use. Then you simultaneously exaggerate yourself, yeah? And in both instances, you're coming away from being your authentic self, yeah? You're not being you. If you're exaggerating yourself, you're not being you. If you're minimizing yourself, you're not being you. So catch yourself when you're doing that, and I don't know what you do about it once you caught yourself doing it. I think all you do is you just become aware of it. That's one of the main things anyway. Yeah, I think awareness, shining the light of awareness on things tends to transmute them. So there's just becoming aware of these patterns. I find myself, there's a lot of patterns. I'm like, damn, why am I doing that? I know I shouldn't be doing that, or I feel like I shouldn't be doing that. I feel like I want to make a different decision on reflection, and then I'll do the same thing again. I'm like, why am I doing that? I still do this stuff like that all the time with my reactions and my reflexes to certain situations. But the fact that I'm aware of it makes it blunts it. The time that I actually react and reflexively react in that way, and from the time that I actually reflect on it, that it's becoming shorter and shorter over time. Yeah, so in the past it used to take me a long time, maybe a few days of being annoyed at something, then looking back and be like, damn, I should have just let that go. And then now I'm annoyed at something, and within 10 minutes sometimes I'm like, I need to let that go. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of like blunts it a little bit. But anyway, so when you exaggerate other people, you minimize yourself. When you minimize other people, you exaggerate yourself. Either way, you're not being your authentic self. When you exaggerate people as well, and you're infatuated with them in some way, you tend to take on their values and live by their values rather than yours. When you minimize people and look down on them, you tend to project your values onto them and try to get them to adhere to your value system. So the question that I asked him, because I managed to sit down with him after the seminar last night, is how do you navigate parenting when it comes to that? Because obviously I think all of us really project our value system onto our kids. So I'm like, damn, how do I navigate that? Because I find myself, a lot of the times it's fine and it's okay, but sometimes I find myself getting frustrated when my kids are not valuing the same things that I value, or understanding the same concepts around certain value systems that I have. For instance, one would be health, because I've, dealt with some health issues over the years, and I value health quite highly. So that's definitely one of the ones that I struggle with regards to like getting them to adhere to and understand why it's important, but they just don't value the same things as me necessarily. And kids are going to fluctuate their value systems much more rapidly and frequently than adults, because they're going through it's a transition of turning into an adult, a teenager, then an adult. There's quite a lot of rapid change. So their value system is going to change quite rapidly. So yeah, I asked him about that, and he said basically what you need to do is figure out their values. Yeah, so there's a part on his website, like a questionnaire, a series of questions to determine what your values are. So I'm going to do it if I've got time at the airport, I'm going to do that. And he said to sit down with your kids and do it as well. So you sit down with your kids. Sorry if the traffic's a bit loud. You sit down with your kids and try to, it's not a good combination. Traffic, cars going past, and I can't talk as well. tread across this road. So yeah, if you go to his website, Dr. John Demartini, and if I find the link to it, I'll put it in this post. If you go to the website, it's a questionnaire basically you can do to figure out what your highest values are, what your value system is. And then you do that with the kids as well. You sit down, explain to them, you know, things are important to me that are not necessarily important to you. I want to discover what's important to you so I don't feel like I'm kind of like clashing with you and dictating to you. And I want to better understand you. I want to better understand you because my ultimate goal is to help you to grow up to be healthy, happy, strong, etc. You know, so frame it in that way, sit down, go through the questionnaire. Once you figure out what their values are and you figure out what yours are, then a lot of things I think will make sense. There's order sometimes in what seems to be like chaotic. There's like hidden order. So this is one thing that will kind of like reveal some hidden order in what may seem for some people like a chaotic relationship with their children. I think this is going to be a really good, really powerful thing for me. It's not like I've got a chaotic relationship with my children or anything, but I can see how, like, you know, once I figure out what's really important to me and what drives me and what motivates me to take it to do things, and I do the same thing for them, I can be like, oh, no wonder that, you know, I struggle with making them understand X, Y, Z. No wonder they don't want to do this, and because they value different things, you know, which is fine. So once you've established that and you figure out what you value and what they value, then you can try to find a way to align those values. Or if there's something that I want to help them see that is important, because I can only see that with hindsight, which is like a lot of things, and there's something that I want, that lesson I want to pass on to them, I've now got the kind of knowledge of their value systems, and I can help them to understand what I value by using their value system, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I can show them how what I value is going to benefit their value system. And also, once you've established what their value system is, you've got to find a way as to how their value system, them having the value system they have, benefits your value system. So it's got to go both ways. You've got to see how their value system benefits yours, and then you've got to explain to them how your value system benefits theirs. Thank you for spending time with me and watching this video all the way to the end. If you found value in this video, then please drop a comment and a like. All right, I'll see you in the next one.